I'm in no rush. I'm just saying it's an option.
Well, we're unmuted. Everyone can. It's a good idea. um. So we in there, boys. Doing kind of monitoring sound right now for everybody. Oh, now there's some feedback.
Now
Oh,
I
for
hear
me?
you.
Yeah.
It's when we're talking.
It's fine, I guess.
It's not bad though. Not like awful.
I didn't do anything. Okay.
Let's see.
Amy had to play raw coding. That's sad. Another one.
Oh no, Shmo, there's not gonna be any salt tonight. It's gonna be fine.
I'm not salty. I'm just
Right
tired.
now.
Can these X players please stop? Why are people playing Burn Dante in 2020? Idiot.
Yeah, that was
In
smart.
this meta?
I thought about dropping the heal there, but I don't know. Sure, just did it.
Oh yeah, I can pull up that one page that has the stuff on it. Holy crap, we got resubs.
All right.
Yeah, there's the seal.
Stigam just confirmed their sub for demands. If you like Tourney ou Mayo Life, mon cas. Dame, please stop grinding X-Wins et votre malin cry-bas SG.
SG. Dude, that sounds good, man. She reads that off. Damn, please stop grinding wins. X
He always has the
wins.
perfect play, man. He already has memory 7? What the fuck? How does he already have memory 7? This is fucked up.
Thanks for the resub, Thirsty.
Okay. You can't kill me in this play. Just Nobu. I take a hit here. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god. Come on! Fuck, sorry guys.
Alright, so... This KBDX podcast always starts at least 8:49. Shut up, Schmo. I don't give myself enough time. But I added a little thing, so it's gonna look better. Better than we expect. Smile. There's a TEPPEN, the game. Gotta bring up that real quick. Dude, the 500 days celebration campaign. Where's that news thing that says we're getting set rotation? Info?
Probably info.
Issues in current version? Sounds like an issue. Oh yeah, there we go. Formats to be added. Planned update for 2021, which when I read that, it makes it sound like it's in the distant future. Didn't realize how much this track sounds like some ASMR shit, dude. Ready to get comfy? Now, the points I had here, this used to be worth way more. Just kidding, no. Used to be like rank 160, now I'm 253? That's bullshit. Can't wait to drink the tears of broken Euro players. What do you mean, after they take away living death and rebirth? I think it's a strong enough, oh, I wouldn't say a crutch, but they're strong enough cards that they're going to need some kind of replacement to make up for it. Because their go-to cards after that would be like Reckless Brawl and things, I mean, things that can be quite easily cucked. Yeah, Uro's hot right now, and I like how if they announce to everybody, okay, well, we're going to take these cards away, people would be like, oh shit. Like when they announced they're nerfing those PB cards, everyone was like, oh my god, let's play PB right now. I gotta get my wins right now. It's really strong. Yeah, I'd like to see some more stuff, some different things out of I'm sure it could do well, but this is gonna make sure they try something a little different approach. No one's gonna play Uro after those cards are gone. I mean, the true homies. I think the true homies will make it work. Okay.
Yeah, people will still play Oro. It'll just be a different style. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you came through.
Dope.
Watch the
But
make
yes.
4 MP rebirth that just doesn't give 1/1. I explode.
I just don't want any more reanimate cards ever again in TEPPEN. It just does not fit the.
Well, I mean, what about the cards that cost more that do the kind of the same thing?
I'm still not a fan.
Not a
'Cause
fan of
they
them?
always find a way to break it. Yeah. Yo. My Digimon cards came in, and they were free.
You're like, oh, my shit's here, dude. I told you, you're like, where the fuck are my Digimon cards? Hold on, I'll be back.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd win the lottery, but I guess I did.
GG's, dude. You won the fucking lottery. I mean, what's wrong with the Tyrant Unleashed? Tyrant Unleashed, actually, it's just too niche. I was gonna say, it'd be kind of neat to bring back specifically your Gormagalas. But that's assuming that, you know, you didn't grow them. What always bothers me when your stream says watch me play Teppen, but you aren't playing Teppen. See, look at that. Black will be fine without those cards. They got Griffin, dude. 3/6 with flight for 6, dude. It's a good card.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. We're pretty much live here. We're pretty much going. We're good. So hello everyone. Welcome to the EX podcast, the November 16th edition. Stopped numbering them a long time ago. I don't want to talk about it. But we've been here for a while. So let's see, the big news that I have in the title that we're going to talk about. We got set rotation. We got that Discord, that open Discord tournament next weekend, or I guess this weekend. We got the raid from Kyle P. Wait, that text.
I was wondering why I was hearing an echo. It's because I was watching Kyle's stream and then it just went to yours. Makes sense. Good games again, Kyle. We just did a bit of a set there. It's pretty close.
Set rotation is huge pog. Let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that.
Hell yeah.
Actually, kind of want to say we're gonna do a deep dive on it, not just touch on it lightly.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's funny because we were talking about that. I think last time a little bit. I was thinking like, hey, if they took out this set, what would they lose? So that was more of a light touch. Now we're gonna do the deep dive.
Let's make a tier list of how happy we are which cards are being drawn.
I know, right? It's you're getting rid of the necessary evils or the unnecessary evils.
Right.
But yeah, Raging Demon loses nothing on rotation. I forget who it was that said that. I forget who else said that, but it was kind of like Mocha-S, like, oh shit, like Demon doesn't lose anything, and it was like, oh, great. It was Donga that said that, and I was like, you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't.
But
They lose their ability to get tired and go to Oro Ashura decks, so I'm still happy with that.
Yeah, we will be talking about all the stuff that it will be changed. And a lot of this is in theory. I don't know if we should touch on it now or if we should do some other stuff first.
yeah, I always try to open up with discussion about the ladder. What
Right.
has your experience been on the ladder, guys?
Mixed.
Mixed. Any new decks showing up?
Morrigan is getting popular again.
Yeah, is
Awesome.
it
Getting a
more than
lot
just
more
that one
purple.
person running Morrigan debuff, or what?
There's more temptation. Some zero. I mean, purple growth I think is always going to be around. I don't think it's amazing, but around. I don't know. I mean, you're seeing a lot of variety right now.
Green purple
green-
temptation. What the
Green purple
hell?
temptation. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
seeing a lot of the
with
green
Ascension, I guess it's
purple
not that
temptation
bad. Right?
It doesn't use Ascension really. It just it's just drop Kasuga and buff the shit out of her. Run Bombast and Barry. Barry
don't-
to give more attack
Oh
buffs.
yeah.
I don't know if I count that.
It's running around a lot. I've ran into it a bunch, so
Wow.
would
I
say
don't-
we'd have to
I don't
count
think
it.
I would count that as a temptation deck though, because it's the same logic as all the purple black aggro, right? Like you could do whatever hero art with that.
But it's purple green.
Yeah, but like with purple green, you could do Devil Trigger, you could do Inner Demons. You don't have to do Temptation.
So they
You
do.
don't, but that the deck thrives on halting though, so that's why it goes with temptation.
Yeah.
So how does temptation help them other than just give them extra time to build up the board?
She probably
Uh,
flies.
Yeah, just fly things, board lock
Right,
them.
yeah.
Right, like board locking Ami right now is really good, and then making them not able to react for 13 seconds is what's carrying that deck.
Right.
Yeah, especially if they can last a long time, I can definitely testify for Temptation being busted as fuck. By the time that your fucking Temptation wears off and their lines are crawling across the field again, you can do it again.
It's not really a good deck. It's a high roll deck.
Well, I mean, a lot of decks like that are flying around right now. Literally flying. I mean, green black kind of falls under the gimmick tier sometimes for me, just because they have to rely on last second buffs to win. But I know it can be strong otherwise, and red green as well. If they fall behind, they always have state, which will just carry them. Like, without those legendary buff actions, I feel like they lose a lot more. That's why I feel like they're gimmicky.
Do we
That makes
have the sample deck? Does anyone have that deck on standby?
Which one?
The
Morgan
green,
one? I do
green
not.
purple Morgan. The Grurple.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Just so I can show it
That's
on
the
stream.
first I've heard of it.
Y'all ever seen Thunder Edge Flyers? No. That's interesting because Thunder Edge generally, or at least red Flyers generally have kind of low HP, except for like Barioth.
Red with flight. I mean, people are trying it before. I don't know what cards you would do with it though.
Only
Yeah,
cards I
Dango
can think
agrees
of
with
that
me.
fly other than Barioth is without state, red green humans are not real. Ooh.
I agree.
It's gonna hurt the deck a lot, but I don't think the deck relies 100% on it.
Oh, it doesn't, but it helps them win a lot of matches that they wouldn't win otherwise.
Yep.
I think Inborn Powers carries them a lot too. Like, people, I forget, was it Iowa that said last week that a lot of these like new school human decks are just kind of reminiscent of zombies?
A little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they kind of aren't, because of the whole mana gain that zombies had. But the fact that Inborn Powers gives back mana is like basically their zombie, right? It's like their Junie.
Yeah, but I think when Iowa was comparing it to Zinku, it's more of like the learning curve and the play style of the deck.
Yeah.
It does a
feel like-
lot of
Yeah.
a lot of like actions, and is just knowing that it's throwing away units just to die, and
Right.
needing to play like it's fast tempo but also slows down. It's reminiscent of the playstyle of Zinku for sure. Not anywhere near as strong or consistent.
Dude,
Right.
Bombast too, dude.
Bombast too.
Let's have sex of
Yeah,
them.
Bombast is carrying a lot of those decks too. Just getting all that value pretty quickly.
Bombast allows green to exist right now in post rotation. It becomes even more important. Yeah, I think if they tone down destroys, it will be easier for them to run wild. 'Cause that's what makes Bombast sort of weaker, right? Whenever you pull that Cammy and it's a 3 cost, and it's like, well, now my Cammy can be faded.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, they never save fate for it. They see a 2/4 Cotty naked out there, they're like, I'm fucking fading
Shields?
that bitch.
No, no way.
Right.
I was watching Gabriel, and it was really funny to see someone just see a ground Scaravich and immediately fade it. Not like so fast they didn't read what it was, but they like looked at it and they're just like, oh hell no, dude, 1/5, get it the hell off this board.
Yeah, and I complain about it too, and it's always brought up of like, well, sometimes you just have to cycle it, and it's like I get that, but it happens too often, and I still am sure sometimes you have to cycle it, but that's a sign that your deck isn't good if you're constantly having to cycle it and not being able to save it for something good because your deck is just filled with too many destructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll see that like a lot of the human decks that are going around right now are full of actions as well, right? But they're mostly buffs and ways to protect the unit or bombast, right? So decks with a lot of actions obviously can work, but it depends on the situation and how easy it is to cycle them, right?
Yeah. Well, in regard to like, that's the thing is at this point we kind of know that these dual colors are running lots of buffs, so it always seems
Mhm.
silly to me to throw Fate onto like a raw Kadeen, or I even have people use it on Rufus when I'm playing Rufus. So I'm like, thank you. But it's
2-1
you,
shield, dude.
the deck
I
has
wouldn't do
buffs.
that. Yeah.
Just like wait for me to throw more buffs on it, and then that's like more value I'm losing. At the very least, like she's only
Yeah.
doing 2 damage right now. You can just let that go for a little bit. But
I think that's a large part on why I'm losing that matchup too. Just really making bad decisions on what to destroy and when to play stuff. I mean, it's been pretty obvious if you see my play recently. I've just been doing whatever I can to get rid of what I think is going to be a problem in the future, but isn't a current problem. And I think one thing that a lot of people could learn, especially when playing black, is to identify a problem, but if it's not a current problem, you probably don't have to worry about it right away.
Well, that's what units are for, but units can be blown up.
Yeah.
Did anyone see that list of black nerds that I thought could be nice? I was like, what? Nerfs. Black nerfs I thought could be nice, and everyone hated it.
I don't agree with that, Schmo. I mean, that's just a Kappa statement and all, but
Mm.
I've tried to play other colors and I can't do any better than I can with my Raging Demon deck right now.
Skyrish,
tried
was that
everything.
on the was that the Discord? Please don't give purple good buffs.
Honestly, though, I feel like purple right now is fine. But
Game suggestion.
Other stuff is definitely overtuned. I mean, I think the biggest issue right now is red. I know people will complain that black is a huge problem, but I feel like the bigger issue is red, just for the ridiculous numbers they can hit for damage.
for me, red is a bigger issue for how competitively viable it is. I mean, that's why a lot of the human decks worked is because they take broken cards from red and
Yeah.
black. Black is not competitively the strongest right now. It's just making the game incredibly boring, and that's ultimately the problem
Right.
with it.
I mean, any game gets boring once it's figured out. One could argue.
I disagree with that. Marvel's a very figured out game and still has barely broken things in it, but it's still
Mhm.
fun. Like balance isn't about making things fair.
Yeah.
It's about trying to find what's fun.
I
And
think this game is still fun, but
it's
it
just
depends
a slog, man.
where
When
you're.
it's just you're
Yeah.
running into all destroy decks, and it's like none of these numbers I'm using matter. And that's just the problem with me with black right now. Is even when I'm beating them, it's like it's just incredibly boring how just destroy, and it's even
Mhm.
frustrating. Like you guys aren't putting anything on the board to actually play the game, so you're going to lose.
Yeah, it's reactive control stuff.
It's one of those games where
Crowded.
like, and I've done this before, where I'm like just bitching about what they're doing, and then it's like someone in chat's like, "Dude, you're winning. What are you bitching about?" It's like, yeah, I'm winning, but it doesn't feel good.
I still like winning.
I
I
prefer to
enjoy
win.
winning, but that's not my main thing. I'd rather
Beat
have
a-
more fun. And
I beat a black-red Shoryuken player with Raging Demon. He was still trying to play Valstrax, and I had a lot of fun.
Beat him up.
I don't know if he did, but
Well, let's take a look at these proposed changes that Skyridge has here. I have it on screen. This is in game suggestions on the TEPPEN Discord. If you want to take a look yourself, we got selfish predation, reduce healing to 3. That's what I've been saying. That's what I think. 2 or 3, it's still good. If we're gonna nerf agents, we should nerf predation's healing, and it's rarely ever is predation ever played like you're not putting a unit out and immediately eating it. You're just like, oh, unit's dying anyway. All right, I'm gonna eat it, or it's being sealed. I want to eat it so it doesn't get sealed. Predation can heal 5. Do you think 5 is fine, but
Reduced
7
healing
is
to
insane? I
Um,
think reduced healing to 3 is fine. I wanted to go down to 2.
I'm fine with it being like around 4. 7 is just way too much HP for 1 MP. For a thing that's usually not... It's just they think destroying one of your own units is a downside when really because of the 3-lane system, it's almost always an upside.
Yeah, and I mean it's like it's really used so frequently to dodge things. It's like even if it was just kill your unit, it would still be a useful card to have. The healing is just like, oh, extra. And when it's at 7, it does healing better than green.
I don't think Bad Massacre needs a nerf.
Massacre, yeah, Massacre's the next one. Reduce the damage to 3.
That seems a little unnecessary.
That's
Especially with stats being boosted as much as they have by power creep.
yeah. I think if it was gonna fit like previous meta, when people were setting up Turtle to blow up another unit, I think 3 would have been.
Yeah, but even
nice.
that problem wasn't Massacre. That problem was Turtle.
True, not true. Possessing Malice change cost to 5 MP. I'm okay with that. That's pretty good.
I'd rather they just not let Malice create a clone, and I think that'd be fine.
Yeah,
Malice is fine as is.
it'd be hard to redefine that card. I think this is a more realistic nerf. Redesigning the card would be difficult. But creating clones is a problem, but I don't know how you would change that card without just making it cost way more.
Just
Malice
the unit
isn't
that
really
you just
good.
add the text that the unit that's targeted by this is banished. It's really
Yeah.
hard. I don't think
Banishes
it needs
things.
MP nerf like that.
Master the Hada, change effect to on death, sacrifice 2 life and gain 2 MP. Yeah, that's better. That's dope.
Yeah, there probably should be some sacrifice. I do agree with that.
That's pretty sick. I like it. A little bit of sacrifice, not too much, and you still gain a bunch of MP. Can still be played in response. Sacrifice in black, no way.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, it can pile up, but yeah.
Exactly what Kyle is saying, and I agree with. Just don't let Bolt Reavers get flying. Just have it be agility and damage.
I would actually. I was gonna say get rid of agility, actually. But
Oh.
Well, then the tyrants won't care.
yeah. But I don't know. I feel like the bigger problem is agility.
I would say it's the flight because it's the last second usage, and if your character unit
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
have anti-air or flight, it's going.
Let's say
to
Tyrant doesn't matter right now, though.
I still think it's more of a problem, right? There's still going to be Kasuga. There's still going to be like all these other things.
Okay, so then you give agility to Orochi.
It's fine. I mean, that's already happening right now. Like you can at least still block it. That's the thing is I'd rather black to have a way to agility than to flight.
Meh. It doesn't matter either way. I mean, it has to get down tuned. I would rather it lose the attack. Like I just don't want it to exist at this point. I hate that card.
Yeah, I mean, if I
Yeah.
had to give
Number
my
one
true
on my
preference, I'd rather it not exist at all.
Bolt Reavers and State are probably my most hated cards right now because they're so gimmicky.
Yeah, so reduce.
Yeah, I definitely don't like
Scourge.
flight. That's for sure.
Yeah, Skyridge is suggesting attack bonus to 1, reduce memory requirement to 5. Yeah, I honestly think the flight is the big issue there. But the fact that I guess any action that combines like 100 friggin' different effects in one is like, they're generally so good. Foodie and Kazan does that. Full memory, like Bloodbath does that, and this is the same kind of thing, but it's for 2, and the memory requirement's really easy. So the fact that it gives you flight and agility, I think, is just. I think this nerf would be. It's pretty good, but it wouldn't deter people from using it, since you still get the attack bonus. Even, I mean, lower memory requirement means people will use it earlier. Be even more toxic.
Right.
Oh, see, Fate of the Unworthy, change cost to 4. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, please. So you can't use it at 4 MP and then have enough to chain into another one. Or that it only costs you 1 MP when you chain it to. Please and thank you.
Rebirth change cost to 4 MP, gives revive unit, death, remove this unit from the game. Yeah, I think that's the thing that's been going around. At least the banish clause. I'm trying to think of what could be abused with that. What would you bring back that people would probably want to seal? Other than, of course, Orochi.
Good question.
I'm trying to think, because that's what I thought was kind of interesting about using Pyron with Ouroboros, is that, oh, people are going to want to try and seal that away. It's just like, well, now it's going back into the graveyard then.
Right.
Still a good change, though. Change to 4 MP, make it so it's removed. And these could be things that I see these changes as something that's realistic, right? They're pretty easy to just throw in there and not have to, mechanically change a card. Doesn't really take that much programming to like redesign the card. So these are pretty good. Summon minions, only pull black units. Yeah, I think that's a good one. People have been complaining about that one. Summon onions. What do you guys think?
Yeah, does he have? Let's see. Doesn't mention that on Rebirth.
What? Only black units?
Yeah, I would like Rebirth to only hit black units too.
Yeah, Rebirth should be only black units. The way I would change Rebirth. Sorry, I was distracted for a second.
Okay.
The way I would change Rebirth is that you can keep the cost the same, but it should revive up to 5 costs and lower. It should not go above 5, and I honestly think that changes the issue. You don't need to make it banished like Uro. Just make it like a normal revive, similar to Hatred Reborn or Defect, but make it more limited. You can still do the -1, -1, but it'll be for 5 costs and under. And only black. But I don't know if you need to do that at that point. But I do agree with the minions change, only black as well.
Izzy mentioned this seems like a bit of a weird thing to highlight as the first bit of fan-created content you've highlighted. I guess I kind of see this as more, not necessarily fan-created content, but just like
Ideas.
ideas for how they would change what's currently in the game.
Discussion.
That's how I see it. Betrayal. Remove the buff and god.
Wow.
I just like undo the thing you did.
Revert.
Unfuck the changes.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. Rebels memories increased memory requirement to 10, MP cost to 7.
That's too extreme.
I think one or the other.
I don't think Rebels needs to be touched at all.
Really?
It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's the only board wipe thing they actually work towards.
It kills everything.
Yeah, and it kills everything too, which is also like fine. I know there's like tricky usages of it with like if you have slow tyrants on the field, but that's also fine. Like that's You don't need to kill off like those cool things. It's just, yeah. I mean, rebels is fine. You're not shitting on a full board with rebels, like at the beginning of the game.
Rebels thing is just an
Right.
FU alongside 5 other board clears. Yeah, I think it's the fact they just have so many.
Mhm.
Cruel game. Can only play if user has a unit in play. Whoa. Having some
An
team
echo
back.
there on Iowa's end.
Sounds like I'm being muffled under a pillow. So it would have to be. You'd have to have. It would have to be a 1 versus 3. So at most it would kill 2 units at random.
I mean, I like the idea of cruel game because it's lore behind it, right? Is that it's like we're killing everything until it's just 1v1s.
Right.
But it's never ever used that way. It's always used to just haha, you try playing the game. Yeah, it should just leave 1 unit on both sides. I would still hate it because it would, random destroy the things that I wanted to hit, but at least it's not just completely board wiping from you just sitting there not playing.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. Then it would be sort of like a forced duel kind of thing, right? That would be the,
Yeah, I mean
the
that's
theme of it.
that's the idea of the card. That's the lore of the card, but fuck if they ever actually play it like that.
You and me,
Right.
1-on-1. Bam, all 3 units dead.
Right.
You and me, 0-on-0. Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks, Governor. Dude. Then living death. Units on field are destroyed instead of banished. And Skyridge says that living death change means black can't just erase your beard if you have nothing in the grave. Or
I mean that works, but
Yep.
it'd be better. It just only brings out a unit if it's bringing out a unit for both sides.
that's what I want. That's honestly all I want, man. Even if it brings out crappy units for me, like it would make it so much better if it wasn't just early game, like, oh, you filled up your board? I got you. I got you. Twirling obsessive duel, yeah. Alfred Ashford, reduce HP by 1, change to death, destroy unit in front if it costs 3 or MP less. Ooh. That would actually make playing Alfred more tactical. I like that. What do you guys think?
Still less HP than that. but-
Yeah.
Yeah, 1/6 is still pretty good. It's the fact that he has so much HP. It makes him good for Ascension fodder. Just everything. People in chat are saying Living Death should be 10 cost. Unless you're saying Alfred should cost 10, which I also agree with. Ah, yes.
I agree.
10 cost Alfred.
Yeah.
0-7. Dude, Kyle says 0-7.
7. Alfred, man.
Homie can't even fight back.
Poor Alfred.
Those are all reasonable changes because Alfred is just, he lasts forever, dude.
Yep.
Make Alfred cost 4. Give him the beltway treatment. Make him suffer.
Reduce his stats and fuck him up. Fuck up his effect.
Right.
Now you can only kill 2 costs. Mole killer. Hunting, dude. Alexia, reduce HP by 2, so she'd be a 3/6 and change to Ascended. Destroy unit in front if it costs 5 MP or less. I think the effect change is enough. I think the HP is. Stats are pretty good, but I'm already happy with the change of like they have to use it a bit more. What do you call it? Sparingly. They can't just slam it and be like, whoops. putting this down, gonna demon it and get fucking 3 kills off of it. It's like, how'd you do that? It's like, don't worry about it.
Worry about it. Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, this change of destroy unit in front if it costs 5 MP or less does make it so you can't demon 2 fur, and shouldn't even be gambling that anyway. It shouldn't be a thing.
Right.
What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple different ways you can go about it, right?
Hello?
Sup?
I have returned.
Oh my god,
Oh,
you
fuck.
got your
All
card.
right, podcast over.
Alright, we'll see you guys
There's a
later.
couple different ways you can go about it, but in the end, like, there's always going to be something, right? Like, to me, it feels like you can't fix all the issues, and this feels like it's trying to go out of its way to fix every issue. Where the set rotation and all that jazz might already solve it. But I mean, as far as some of these cards go, they're, I don't know. Like, I feel like they're fine. But I can understand why people are really frustrated when they lose to them, right?
Which cards?
All the ones that are on screen. This is part of Skyridge's proposed changes.
Pretty much a laundry list of black.
Take a quick peek here.
A big hit list. This was posted before rotation was announced, and I expected all these to happen.
Mhm.
No, I want all these to happen, though. I want all these cards to be destroyed. Just kidding.
I like how all of these are black cards. What?
Oh yeah, it's just specifically black cards.
Yeah.
The hell?
What?
I mean, I get it. Like, I also hate a lot of cards that are from the black element because they are just very polarizing, and the problem is that they created too many of them. Like, how can you have 7 sets that do the same thing? All the cards do the same freaking thing. Like, oh, did you play a 3-drop? Well, my 3-drop is an action card that says I kill your 3-drop and I have a unit.
Mhm.
Oh, look, I have another 3-drop and it kills your 4-drop, and you lose 1 health.
It's fun.
And the best card in the game for black is I have 4 board wipes. What are you gonna do?
I have it in 4 different flavors. What are you gonna do about it?
Freaking hate it.
And the last change is just that Super Tyrant, or at least Slow Tyrant changes to Super Tyrant on death, not doesn't go to the graveyard. Would make perfect sense.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. The fact they could play a 6-mana card and get 2 6-mana cards from it and then get that shit in the grave is wild. Alexia, don't forget her. All right, I mentioned. Her thing is just in front. And I like it. The unit changes are definitely fair things I want to see, because it involves having to use the card more carefully rather than just throwing it out.
Right.
I haven't thought about green that much. Let's talk about all the green nerfs we want to see.